A new documentary makes serious allegations against Columbia University professors.
Columbia University, Ivy League education, world-class professors, and now charges of academic intimidation. A new documentary, Columbia Unbecoming, charges professors from the Middle Eastern Studies Department harass students who express pro-Israel views.
Some students at the Ivy League school say when it comes to discussing the Middle East, some teachers have a zero-tolerance policy in the classroom.
Professors are abusing their power as professors to push their views on students and harass them to stop them from airing their opinions.
In the film, students recount incidents of harassment both inside and outside the classroom.
There's definitely an intimidation factor. People don't feel like they can express their points of views. I quickly came to realize from the very first day of class that this was going to be a very biased class, only showing a strongly anti-Israel perspective.
Allegations so explosive, this student requested anonymity.
Before I could continue, he stopped me and said, "Are you Israeli? You served in the IDF?" I said yes. So his next question was, "How many Palestinians have you killed?" I was shocked because I didn't came there with any antagonism or any bias towards him. And I asked him, what, how come it's relevant to this discussion? And he said, "No, it's relevant and I demand you to answer. How many Palestinians have you killed?" And I said, "I'm not going to answer, but I'm going to ask you a question. How many members of your family celebrated on September 11th, if we're starting with stereotypes?"
And he looked right into my eyes and he said, "See, you have green eyes." He said, "You're not a Semite." He said, "I'm a Semite. I have brown eyes." He said, "You have no claim to the land of Israel."
"Professor, why is it that we've been in the class a whole year and we've been talking about the Middle East, and every time Israel comes up, it's been referred to as Palestine, which is not really a politically accurate term?" And he escalated into some yelling, and he proceeded to give me the following analogy. He says, "These are preemptive strikes. If I got up to hit you right now," and he starts moving out of his chair, "if I got up to hit you, wouldn't you hit me first?" And I said, moving my chair back slowly, I said, "No, I wouldn't hit you first. I would walk away from you and say, until you're ready to talk, I'm not ready to reciprocate."
They said to me, "Rabbi, don't even preach, don't even dare to teach." So if this is what they're willing to do to me in public, in writing, you can imagine what they're willing to do to students in the classroom.
I said to her, "Dean Noutrakis, I think that what I experienced here was politics inside of the classroom." She said, "Well, aren't you from a very Jewish background? Is it possible that you're mistaking someone else's views for discrimination against your own?"
When I left the dean's office, I was crying. I felt that my words had been so manipulated, had been so moved away from what I had really wanted to discuss. And I felt that if I can't speak to the Dean of Academic Affairs about this, there really is no one else that I can go to.
Whether faculty are frightened to speak out because it might affect their careers, I have heard this, I know about it in a few instances. Only if you're an oppressed minority are you willing to speak up and to bring your identity with you onto the campus.
We just want honesty. We want to feel comfortable expressing views in the classroom that might not be the views that the professors themselves hold. We just want to make a safe and good educational environment.
Columbia's president, calling it a serious matter, has appointed the university provost to investigate the allegations. The provost is evaluating the film and will compose the university's response.